Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss about the types of disease from the chapter Why Do We Fall Ill? So let's get started with the types of disease. So you can see that we have the two types of disease, acute and chronic disease. So disease can be mild or serious. On the basis of the duration, a serious disease can be acute or chronic. Disease cause poor functioning of the body parts. The effects are different in case of acute and chronic disease. So now we are going to discuss what exactly the point of difference between acute disease and chronic disease, and which type of disease are associated with acute and chronic disease. So first point of difference is the duration. In acute disease, it is of shorter duration, and in chronic, it is a longer duration disease. Second point of difference is persons. Every person suffers from an acute disease at one time or the other time. Second point of difference, in chronic disease, only some persons suffers from chronic disease. It will be more clear if we have examples for acute and chronic disease. I am going to tell you here the examples which are associated with acute disease, that is diarrhea, typhoid, and the examples or the disease associated with chronic disease is tuberculosis, also known as TB, or diabetes. Next point of difference, in body damage. In acute disease, being of short duration, it does not damage any organ, and in chronic disease, it does damage the affected organ due to prolonged duration. Next point of difference, recovery. The recovery is generally complete after the treatment in case of acute disease, and in case of chronic disease, the recovery is seldom complete even after treatment. Next one is effect. In acute disease, there is neither loss of weight nor feeling of weakness, and in case of chronic disease, there is often a loss of weight accompanied by feeling of tiredness. Now the examples which will make you the clear-cut distinction between acute and chronic disease, that is diarrhea, as we have already discussed, and typhoid, which are the disease associated with acute disease, and the examples for chronic disease are tuberculosis and diabetes. Now the disease classification you can see here in terms of congenital disease and acquired disease. Congenital disease means the physical abnormality present from the birth. It falls in the category of infectious or communicable disease. Further, communicable disease can be of the two types: direct transmission or indirect transmission. And in case of acquired, which is non-infectious or non-communicable, like allergies, injury, and cancer. Now moving to the congenital disease. Congenital disease, they are disease present since birth. Means a person is having physical abnormality which is present from the birth, that is called congenital disease. Congenital disease are caused due to the defective development of embryo, or for example hair lip, or defective inheritance. For example, hemophilia, a disorder in which the blood does not clot normally. Color blindness, these are the congenital disease. Next one is the acquired disease. They are those diseases which are picked up after birth depending upon their ability or inability to spread from one individual to another. Acquired diseases are of two kinds, infectious and non-infectious. So acquired disease, as we have already discussed, that it has two types, infectious and non-infectious. Now we are going to discuss about what exactly the point of difference between infectious and non-infectious disease. Infectious, that is also known as communicable disease, and non-infectious is also known as non-communicable disease. So first point of difference in terms of cause, they are caused by attack of pathogens. Pathogens are the microbes which are responsible for causing disease. In non-communicable, they are caused by factors other than living pathogens. Second point of difference in terms of nature, in communicable disease, the disease are brought about by extrinsic or external factors, and in non-communicable, the diseases are mostly brought about by intrinsic or internal factors. Communicability, infectious disease can pass from diseased person to healthy person, and in non-communicable or non-infectious, the mode of communicability, you can see that non-infectious disease can not pass from one person to another. Transmission, in terms of transmission of infection occurs through direct contact or some medium, and in case of non-infectious, the transmission is absent except for hereditary disease, where it occurs from parent to offspring. Examples you can see: infectious disease, malaria, cholera, pneumonia, tuberculosis, and examples of non-communicable disease or non-infectious: diabetes, hypertension, goiters. So this is all about the types of disease for this video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.